Hello guys, Vengeancer here, and today we are doing a video on Black Desert Online. This will be the first video in a series that I am creating. This game has been out for a few years. I've played it on and off, but I decided it's finally time to do a few guides on how I make money, or silver, in this game. I currently have 7 videos planned, and I have a few notes here. Let me bring them up. This is basically a tax-free silver making guide. I've got 4 foundation videos that explain each part that goes into it, and then I have 3 follow-up videos that explain how to apply what I go over in the foundation videos. I'm going to start off with video 1 being about energy in this game. This whole series revolves around what Black Desert calls life skills. Now, life skills are basically crafting. Other games call them jobs or professions, but Black Desert refers to them as life skills, and I will go over those in a later video and break them down. For now, I'm just going to go over energy. Now, what energy is, it's basically fuel. Your character has a max energy limit, and if you do anything to gather, it's going to take up the energy. In the game, here on the screen, we have up here in the top left on my layout, the way I have my UI set up, my energy limit's 461. I think the cap is somewhere around 620 after they've added the newer areas. Usually when you're gathering, say if we go over here and find a bush, this thicket will do, and if you gather, it usually takes 1 energy, and you can gather, and this is the that's without any tools or anything. It's just base gathering with the hands, and I'll kind of go over different types of gathering in the future video. Energy is a cap. It is in the game meant to slow you down to keep you just from infinitely gathering. The base energy recovery rate is 1 every 3 minutes if you're online, and 1 per hour if you're offline. Now, I have to mention that this guide is not a free-to-play guide. This is a tax-free silver making guide. So I will mention items that you can buy in the cash shop to actually make this process faster. However, they're not required, and I don't use them most of the time unless I get them free in-game, because I am mostly free to play. However, I have spent money in the past on Black Desert, so I will mention that as I get to the sections where that applies. Now, moving forward, you can speed up your energy recovery rates. One of the items in the game, and this is in the game, you can craft it in the game, are beds, and they would be in your residence. You put them in your residence, and then you can lie in them, and it will speed up your recovery. You can also buy energy potions off of the central market. Maybe if I could spell. It will actually recover. Each one does a set amount. The smaller ones are 20, medium ones, and so on. Actually, the small ones are 10, medium ones are 20. I don't use these very often. You can actually create these out of your own energy through an exchange process, but the exchange rate is terrible. I could go into more in depth on that later in a later video, but right now I'm not going to. Now there are elixirs that will make your I don't actually see elixirs in here. So the energy potions are the way to go if you're trying to get instant ones. Now you can get buffs that buff the amount of recovery. The villa buff will do that from the villas, and then there are also different draughts that can do it as well. Now this is where the cash shop comes in. There is a Kama Silva blessing that you can buy that will boost your energy recovery by 2. So instead of 1 per 3 minutes, you'll get 3 per 3 minutes. So it's basically, with this on, you get 1 energy per minute that you're online. It helps a lot. I have used them in the past, and I do have several sitting in my inventory and storage, just waiting to be used. However, bring it up. That's what they look like. However, I won't use these unless I'm going heavy into doing the life skills for money. Now, the most important part of this video is going to be how you increase your max energy, because aside from the energy recovery, because you don't start out with, your energy cap is like none when you start the game. You move through knowledge, and the way I have my keyboard set up is just the default. You press H, you bring this up. If you go through this, I've obtained a lot of this character knowledge, but if you can see, it will increase your energy by 2. These are easy. You just go through and talk to all these people. You get 2 max energy increases. Like I said at the beginning, I think the max is around 620. There are a lot of different things to do to increase your energy. You just have to go through here and complete all of these. The topology ones, you just have to walk around and discover different places. The character is basically talking to people. The sea, same thing. You just go discover different islands. The ecology is probably the most annoying. You have to go to obtain knowledge on every beast that is in there, and then they give a list. The last 2 adventure journals, they give you different quests to do. Some of these you get through Amnesty, which Amnesty is terrible. You have to spend energy, play a mini game with the NPCs to increase Amnesty with them. I could probably move here, find an NPC to talk to, and show you that. Let's see. It's the conversation thing here. So you spend 4 energy. You have to play this little mini game. Select a few things out of here, and as long as your interest level is higher, let's see, his is 29, so I picked 44, 100, 25 will probably work, 34, and then you do it, it goes through and it checks the procs. And this one was just, it wants to talk freely, so you do it, and then you gain however much amnesty with them. A lot of NPCs offer you knowledge if you do this mini game. It is a huge time sink, but whenever you get your energy cap raised, it is worth it. I've spent quite a bit of time doing it, but I get bored with it pretty quick, so I'll do it here and there. Keep grinding on the energy cap. Now, if you get stuck trying to increase your energy, you can go to Incendar's website. That's INCENDAR.com. He has guides on how to do, where to find each energy. You just type in what you're looking for. I'm moving on from here. Since this is the first video and I kind of explained how I want to do all the guides and everything, what I really just wanted to go over was the energy, because it is the foundation for everything. My whole tax-free silver making banks on having a high energy pool and being able to use the energy to gather a lot of resources to funnel into the other life skills to be able to increase your equity. Because being that I'm trying to do this tax-free so that I lose the least amount of silver as possible, I will not be using the central market to move for resource liquidation. Now, I may buy things off the central market for resource acquirement, but I will not be selling my resources to liquidate them into silver through the central market, because every time you do that, they take out 30% tax, and the whole purpose of this guide is to avoid that tax. Now, I do have to mention here that value packs reduce that tax by 30%, so instead of getting 30% taken out, it's somewhere around 15.5%, if you do the math. But that's still 15% of your silver you're losing to the central market. So this guide is supposed to circumvent that and keep you from losing silver through other methods of acquiring resources, either liquidating them through other avenues in the game, or transforming them using other life skills besides gathering, and then liquidating them into silver through systems put place in the game. Now, my next video is going to be about contribution points, what they're for, and how to acquire them before I move on. And thanks for listening and watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.